Welcome back to the channel. Today we're in Snowdonia and we're going up the north face of Tryfan and then down the south. Right, let's check it out on the map. In this walk we ascend the North Ridge of Tryfan, which starts at the shores of Llyn Ogwen. The steep ascent takes us on a direct route up the north side, and I'll show you an alternative at the North Tower. There's plenty of scrambling to be had and some incredible views. After summiting, we descend down the easier south side and reach a steady path. It's an easier walk from this point, which takes us past the Llyn, then heads down to the valley floor via the waterfalls. It's an easier walk from this point. We join Llyn Ogwen once again, which has its own unique place in folklore. This is more of a climb than a walk. I really hope you enjoy it. So we're starting at the siding and I've got another car park up here, but this is our gate. And away we go. What have you got there?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to say National Trust in Welsh.
How do you think you say National Trust in Welsh?
I don't even know if I can try. Wim Dimmy Dorleith Leothol.
I just may as well apologise now to Welsh viewers because there's going to be some terrible butchering of the language on this one. Although it is a beautiful language, I can't speak it. And Alison's still trying to master English. You mastered Lancashire, right? You mastered Lancashire, that's in the bag. Right, so where we are, Tryfan is essentially straight up. So this is up the north face and down the south face. And over here, we've got the glitters across the top. And then Devil's Kitchen is over there, which I have another video on. So if you're interested in that, I'll put it in the description for you. It's a beautiful winter's day. And this is Llyn Ogwen behind me. I'm normally walking the Lake District because it's closest national park to me. This is a little bit further, but well worth the journey. And we have tarns in the Lake District. Here you've got Llyn's, because a Llyn is a lake. That we do know. My many years working in Wales were not in vain. Alison's with me today. There she is. She's taking a few photos around, so if you want to see.
I won't, I forgot it.
Oh, you forgot your camera?
Yeah.
Oh, Alison won't be taking any photos going around, but if you want to check out her Instagram, feel free anyway. Also, if you want to check out a new YouTube channel, what's it called?
Alio's Adventures.
Alio's Adventures, there you go.
Yeah.
Double L, yeah. I'll pop it in the description for you. There is a style here, but it's not for us. We're just heading straight up. The rise on this one, we start at 300 metres, and so our ascent is around about 600 metres. So it's going to be noticeable, but this is a lovely conservation path at this stage, and it's pretty solid all the way up. Just to let you know, the car parking down the bottom here is free. Although I'm starting though, we've actually done a 10-minute walk already along the road, because further down you can get to a farm and parking there is £5. So if all the sidings took up, that's an option for you. Visitor centre is a bit further down, but again that's paid parking. So we're starting this about 10:30 in the morning, but if you get here pre-10 you should be alright. Size of that beast. Yeah, it is a very notable top this in the area, but it's one I've not done since I was a teenager, so interesting to be back.
You're a bit young to be doing grade 1 to scramble,
Me? My scout unit was a bunch of lunatics. So we did this when I was in scouts. Went scouts in Merseyside, and it was more like an SAS unit. We had an award taken off us one year because of ungentlemanly conduct. We're up against another scout unit for a competition, and we took all the pegs out of their tents in the middle of the night. There we go, that's what we've got. Absolutely brilliant, that. So what I've got in front of us here is Llyn, and then over to the side you've got Llyn. Hope those are pronounced roughly correctly. As I say, I'm not Welsh. Did all those DNA tests and I'm 8% Scottish and then 17% Irish, and the rest of it is specifically northwest England. So very much Lancashire, Cumbria area. Got another one of these if you're coming up this way. Looks like someone's been for a bit of a camp down there. But we are heading up here. Wow, pretty steep all the way. And we are of course in Snowdonia here. And you can just see, looking out, there's just a touch of white on the tops there. It probably is around about a year since I was last in Snowdonia. And we've been hitting the lakes quite hard. But today there, it's cloudy, and here it isn't. So tactical move today. Just really wanted to shine a bit of light on this because it is quite the mountain. What do you think of the ascent?
It's alright.
It's alright, isn't it? Decent path, dry. Just for reference, the parking, there's some there, some down here. Visitor centres up the top here. And we are actually parked a bit further down this corner, 5 minutes. Wow. Great views though.
Happy?
That's the sort of steepness of what we're looking at. So just got to get our way up. And this sits like a sort of hump back in the landscape. This is a grade 1 scramble. So a lot of hands down. It's advisable to bring gloves. So Alison's brought hers because she's sensible, but I'm not. Right, as we're working our way around, the other grade 1 scramble near here on Snowdon is Cribgoch, which I have got a video on if you wish to test that and have a look at it. I didn't leave you on it.
You left me to die on my own.
I have to die on your own?
Yeah.
I didn't. You ran off. I was trying to find a route up. You legged off ahead of me. Anyway, that's a story for another day. But yeah, we got separated on that. That's one that if you're doing it, just make sure you've done your research, because there was a fatality on that 2 days ago from a guy who was in a running race. So condolences to that family. And he was an experienced guy, so it doesn't really matter your experience level. Anyone can have a little stumble on there. So do the research on that and think, is it for you? Because if this one's not, that one's not going to be either. But you know, you can watch it for entertainment and watch me struggle on it. Alison's not struggling now, she's up there. Where are you going? This is what I mean about legging off on me. Just gets an idea in her head, she's off. I've worked our way up, just picking through the boulders, but you can see the path as you come up. End up on this nice little run. Sun's just getting out there. The car parks down the bottom do get filled up because people going onto the Llyns, and there's another one just a little further on. So the mountain's actually quite quiet, and there's only us so far on this one, although no doubt we'll see people on the other side. Saw some people going up before, yeah. So we're not on our own, but it's quiet in the car park would suggest. So this is our look back. Just across the way, we've got Llyn Ogwen. There we go. Just a bit of cloud on the top. We're around 500 metres, and this is looking like a pretty decent path. Here in the summer, plenty of heather out there for you. Wow. Because it is steep, you get cracking views, and what a day it is today. Because winter's a bit hit and miss, I tend to look at either the Lake District, the Yorkshire Dales, or Snowdonia, because I'm sort of well placed to be anywhere in those in 2 hours. So oftentimes mix it up, which is no bad thing. When you come in, there's a stunning sort of coastal road you go down. They quite a long time past Conway. I spent many a summer in Conway, and that's a really quaint little town. Conway Castle's a good one as well, bit of family entertainment, so if you've been there or indeed here, then just let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Another splits, this that way or this way, but they both come out at the same point. Sticking to the cliff face is the best option. Just over in the distance here, you've got the Devil's Kitchen, so or that little run in the middle there, and then it's a waterfall coming down, but because it creates like a steam-like effect from the spray, it's called the Devil's Kitchen. As we come along, a bit of hands because there's some exposure.
So is grade 2 worse than grade 1?
It's grade 2 worse than grade 1. Yeah, grade 2 means ropes.
So that's quite, this is grade 2, you know.
Nah.
No,
Fine. We're going up, but there's a lot of this marble-ish stuff. I'm not sure if it is. Is it marble?
maybe.
Gypsum, something like that.
Yeah.
Tell me in the comments if you know. The types of rocks determined by the history of the place, and in the visitor centre it tells you all about it. And this was a glacial area, and the Llyns are left over from glacial movement, and also volcanic, which accounts for the steepness. Looks like a whale. Just jumped out that Llyn. As we come up, sticking near the rock face, there's a few ways up here, but this is a quite obvious path as we work our way up. There's our other view out. It starts to open up to us.
Oh, looks like Yorkshire Dales up there.
Yorkshire Dales. Yeah, a little distance away. At this point, we've worked across here, and then we hit this sort of cliffy bit, and this is definitely scrambly. Hang on, let's figure it out. Some bits of this definitely steeper than others. Alright, and that, yeah, it's definitely one for a bit more experienced. Now, this is snow, so we just hit that part. You can see from the fells opposite, we're just getting the snow line. There are loads of routes coming up here, so just choosing what we think looks best. But each of them are worn, so continue to head our way up. It's very scrambly though. I'd say a good 80% of it. So I'd say this North Ridge ascent is definitely a scramble for sure. It is quite testing. It's definitely no 5-minute job, and it is steep most of the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Wow. What views?
The farm,
Is that the farm move parts? Yeah, it is actually. So that's the where we started. A bit further round, and the farm is just here. And that's where we can park for £5. More snow as we come up here. So careful of ice in the winter. It's not called Snowdonia for nothing. You can build a snowman.
Yeah.
You can actually, look at that. Bit of a drift. Oh yeah. So as we're doing this, sometimes you're thinking where we're going, but the path then reveals itself. So this is us going across. Still working our way up one of the many ways. And although we're on a flat bit now, when you do scrambles, it's 3 points of contact. So 2 hands on a foot or 2 feet in a hand. But try not to put your knees down, because if you slip, then obviously it's going to cause a bit of a problem in your kneecap. Right, let's carry on up. So this is what we've come to, and we're going to just work our way up through this, but there is some ice to contend with today and a bit of snow, so just a bit of caution. Just working our way across.
Like doing a boot camp.
It is like boot camp. Near the top it does level out a bit more and you get a bit more heather and a bit less rock. Just need to be a little careful in these conditions because there's some water on there and it can easily be ice in winter. We're at 620 metres, working our way up, and it's again a bit of hands, so it's pretty rocky, but there are little grooves in this so you can work your way up. People sometimes ask me, is this alright for, you know, people of a certain age or whatever on the channel, and what I'm trying to do is just show you as much as I can of the route, and then you can make an assessment of it for your own fitness and experience. So that's the aim, because I don't really know what your level is, so I'll say doing this so you can see it, then you can make a decision. But if you've got no scrambling experience, I would not come up here. I'd try something a bit easier first. So in the lakes, something like Striding Edge or something like Sharp Edge, they're both good ones. In the right conditions, of course, because anyone can come a cropper on there if it's ice. We're at around 650 metres now, and it's not as steep as it was, but it's a bit of a boulder field. Still going up, found a marker cairn though, so that tells us we're on path. Loads and loads of this stone round. This is what we've been looking for on the way up. So that is Carraig Cannon. Wow, pretty unmistakable. Right then, it's a bit smooth. Leap of faith. There we go. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very, very smooth. If you've been on this, let me know in the comments. But yeah, very smooth.
This is not flattering for me.
Make sure you feel really central on that column. It is very, very smooth, so definitely cautious on that one. There we go, that's our lookout as we come around to the top. Final little straight. This is us through as we work our way to the final section. Reminds me of the beach, this, look. So, yeah, it's like barnacles, isn't it? Right, you can see there's our final little ascent. We've just come through here. We get this notable slab that goes down. It's like the Great Slab in the Lake District on Bow Fell. Just up there to our summit of the day. So I was heading along this little grassy bit. So there's a little bit of snow about the place. So it's some scrambling. Surprise, surprise. Getting up, just spotted the view. Yeah, it is indeed a good one. Look at that. Wow, getting some real height. No, we're about 650 metres now. Hang on, let's check the old digits. We are 750 metres now. So nearly there. Bit of a push. There is that, but actually you can go around it here. So there's several ways around this. Zigzagging is often the best approach. Doesn't relent really. Just got to keep going up here. So we are getting the height quickly. We're a little further up here, and then we're going to see the summit as soon as we get to the top of this, and it's sort of a false top. So there's a summit behind that as well. So really, it's quite a noticeable ridge once you get up here, and it's very steep. So if you're thinking, oh, 5k or so, it isn't that far. This isn't about the distance, because you're mainly going up. And it's about the height. So I'll give you the timings in the description. I'll try and put them on the screen at the end. But yeah, it's going to take longer than you think. So get to this bit, and then you've got a mini mountain on top. It's a bit snowdrifty around here. But there's a route up. Jeez, there's been a few shoes over here, but this is the marked route, it's the easier route, but flipping heck, it is, yeah, quite a way. There we go. Right, you can see it's the path, so we'll try and go up there and then onto it. There's a lot of people doing random scrambles because they can't tell really where the path is, but this is it. Although I can understand why it's not visible. Rocks, my old friends. So this stage, that's what we're looking to get up. And here's Alison.
You can't trust where your feet are going in that snow.
No, it's treacherous. In the snow, there's a bit of swinging around to try and get into this crevice. Once we're in, and then we can walk up. Yeah, it's safer. It's a bit like Lord's Rake, this in the Lake District, if you've seen that. If you've not, I'll put a link in this for you so you can have a look. But it's basically a V on a mountain face, and so you can't fall off. That's Instagrammable, isn't it? Look at that little hidey hole. The reason for doing it this way is maybe quite clearly to reduce the exposure. There have been a few people up here actually, so we are more or less walking in footprints. So pretty compact. Let's just try and take a run at it. That's what we're doing. Wow, but there's some which are pretty deep. Whoa! Including that one. Yeah, snow's giving way, but because I'm sat in a V, I don't really care that much. It doesn't matter. So when you're doing this, you can also, if you're doing it in snow, kick yourself into the snow hole just to compact it a bit more. Quite a few leaps of faith on this one, isn't there? We'll get straight over that. You can see the sort of almost cave where this is coming over. That's the crossing for the other path. But looking back, wow. That's what we've been doing. Absolutely crazy. So it's a lot of fun, but do make sure you've got the required skill for this, because it's no starter walk. Look at this suspended rock here. You're going on that. Can I not be underneath it if you can do that? There you go. Stood the test of time, that. Yeah, that is our look back. Wow. So, not been here for a while, but it is really great. Yeah. Whoa! Bit of snow giving way there. No need to panic. See all the scrape marks in here of people's spikes. This is a lot of fun, but we haven't travelled too much distance-wise. I say it's mainly up. When you see it in the landscape, it's a very well-known mountain for good reason, because it's very much like that, and good climbing on the sides as well. So up a bit further and we'll crest off, then we'll see the summit further on. At this stage we've got about 70 metres or so to go. So that is us. You're doing your shoelaces? Oh no. Well, it's a commanding position. What a view. So over to the valley. Clouds stayed high as predicted today, so we've got no problem with that at all. I was wondering first thing this morning, but it's fine. Right, so the job now is get ourselves up here and then over to the top. If you saw the video last week, then I was saying I need to get fit for a few challenges, and this does require upper body strength as well as leg strength and cardio, because you're pulling yourself up quite a lot on this, aren't you?
Yes. My arms are weak.
Yeah, so boot camp's paying off, as is the stuff we're doing to prep for bigger things in the summer. You want a sandwich? Oh yeah. The thing is, on this side we're sheltered because despite what this looks like, there are 25-mile-an-hour winds. Get our way across. Some big old slabs, aren't they? What are you doing?
My foot slipped as I left the rock.
Right, don't forget there's ice, so we've got to be minding ourselves. We've literally come like nowhere because the car park's just down there.
It's mental.
Yeah, I've been doing this for hours now. As I say, at this point we've done about 1.5k. Yeah, straight up. You're up. What? Shoulder, yeah. It's quite a shot though. Wow. So we're about 40 metres off the top at this stage. There you go. See some other humans up there and some non-humans. This is what we've just gone round, and this is the actual summit over here. So quite the view. So in the clear. This is all a total boulder fest up here to the top. So that's a bit of a clamber again. What do you think?
It's high.
It's high. Yeah, it really sticks up. It's got some mad stones as well. Get on the end of there for Instagram shot if you want. No. Someone will have though. Down here, and then we're up to the true summit. Right, get up. What do you think so far?
It's good.
Yeah, that's
I like
it.
it.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We will be dead tonight. Right, let's get across. It's been a bit of a hectic week. There you go. It's just a question of being steady, isn't it?
Yeah.
So this bit now is not so bad. Not going to be trying to pull ourselves up with upper body strength. Just definitely want to do a bit of experience this. But good fun today. And we're just about at the summit. It's there. Nearly done 2k.
Only I feel like more than that.
2k can run in about 10 minutes. Here we are, here's the tops. Now the wind is higher up here, 25 mile an hour, but bump, that's the top, and this is the other top. If it was not 25 mile an hour wind, might be a little sit on these. Right, there we go. Okay, and what have you? Wow. Right, so from here we're heading off that way and then down near past the Llyn and then back down to the road. The way off is still pretty dicey because it's icy, but it's rocky, so if you're in the summer months you should be fine doing this. Got to pick your way through, take your time. We've got about 2 hours of light left, so no mad rush. Some big boulders around, that's for sure. That's the top as we're looking at it. Just head our way down. We're heading down. There are 3 paths going down, but they all end up at the same place, so anyone's suitable. First section coming down is quite tough. There's some steepish downs to do. Once you've done those, you get on a gentler descent. Got a few birds out today. So we're trekking down here and then work our way down. Eventually there's a wall we get to, and then we're going across the bottom. So we're just coming down. We've got to get below the snow layer before I'm less concerned about the ice, but it's a little bit around today. You can see here, and equal on the surrounding fells. Last time I was over here, the cantilever stone is up there, which is another quite famous spot in the area. I'll pop it on the screen for you, but it's like a seesaw. You can watch the end, but try not to tip it over, otherwise there's a problem. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, helps me to click on the like or subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you put a comment in, that spreads it out to more people so they can see this too. But thanks to all those people that are doing that. And if you want to do that, you are supporting the channel. And if you want to directly support, then if you wish to buy me a coffee and you're feeling flush, then that would be great, because all that goes to making new videos. The link for that is in the pinned comment. Right, let's get down there. There are some really interesting rock formations and patterns up here, and there's another one coming up there with a big gappy boulder. You alright? Yeah. You having a rest?
Yeah.
Right.
It's the worst part.
Yeah, coming down is a bit more tricky for other reasons, mainly gravity, but it's got to be done. Nearly there anyway. Once we get to this little path down here, then it really levels out, and then a straightforward walk back past the Llyn. There we go. Nearly fell the last hurdle there, because that's the end of the tricky stuff. We are down here, just to there really, and that's the path. Yeah. We're down now to sensible ground. Pleased to be down. Okay, so this is now a steady path, and then we'll just walk around past the Llyn and back around towards the car park. So that was a exciting day out, and does take much longer than you expect. We started at 10:30 and it's coming up for 3:30. So yeah, it's longer than you think for sure. We'll get back to the car in an hour. So we'll be going at a normal-ish pace on the way back, but the way up, if you come up the north face, is really quite tricky and slow. That's the trickiest descent on this mountain. How was that compared to Crib Goch?
Easier.
Easier?
Much easier.
How was it compared to Striding Edge on Helvellyn?
It's longer, isn't it?
It's longer, yeah.
Same sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a lot longer. So there is endurance on this one a little bit, and fitness is required on it. So it's definitely one to work up to if you're getting into fell walking for the first time. And equally, if you go up the south face and just do it that way, then that's more straightforward. The north face is kind of notorious, and it's a tricky little ascent for sure. But glad to have done it, and now we can enjoy some lovely winter colour on the way down. Eventually the path becomes a little bit more manageable coming down. So we just got to hit the tarn down there. No, it's not a tarn, is it? It's a Llyn. Got to hit the Llyn down there. We've not been coming to Snowdonia that much of late, but I think we should start doing it again more, because it's always good fun when you do it. And this is an absolutely brilliant hiking area. There's no doubt about that. So I've come down here, got this little turn, and then it's this nice easy track all the way back. So go past the Llyn and then get towards near the visitor centre. What a sky that is in the last hour of the day. Wow, just get past here. So what do you think of your first grade 1 stroke 2?
It was easier than the Crib Goch.
Easier than Crib Goch, yeah. Crib Goch is notorious. It's something else that I wouldn't attempt it in this weather at all. Obviously it's higher than this because it's Snowdon, but it's if it's icy on there, you can become a cropper pretty quickly. So that's one for a summer's day when it's nice and pleasant and the sun is out.
Yeah, then you get to the last summit.
Yeah.
You need to stick to that path and go round.
Yeah, you need to stick to the path. If you don't stick to the path, it is dangerous, so I would. The route that we're doing is in the description for the video, so you can just go in and download that before you do it. Just a little note, if you're going out for some fells for the first time, and not particularly doing this one, but it's best to download things before you go, because when you turn into mountain areas, the reception is generally not very good, and you don't want to turn up there relying on accessing a map and then you can't download it. So that's always the best thing to do. Here actually the reception's alright. Yeah, it's better than lakes. A lot of people when they come into Snowdonia, they're obviously aiming to go up Snowdon, which is totally fair enough. But once you've done that and you're looking for other things to do, then this area with the Glidders and with the one we've done today, Tryfan, they offer a different hiking experience, and you'll find them a lot quieter than Snowdon, particularly on the main tracks up from the tourist route. If you are going to Snowdon though, just to mention, it's best to pre-book the car park because it is always fully booked and you won't be able to just turn up on the day and get in there. So especially if you're going in the summer, and from memory, it's about 20 quid. Seems a bit steep, but there's a few in a car, it's alright. And there are other areas inside it you can park in if you don't mind the walk up to the visitor centre. But for us, this is a nice easy walk. Well, I mean back, the last bit is a nice easy walk. This bit is a nice easy walk. The actual scramble isn't. So yeah, definitely requires experience on that one. But if you're very experienced like Alison, it's no problem. This is Llyn Ogwen. Sorry about that. I thought on the screen. Having worked extensively in Wales for many years, I do know that most people in Wales don't speak Welsh, but it's more, yeah, it's more true down south. In the north, definitely that is a stronghold for Welsh language, and there's lots of support for that, and the local schools kind of do speak that. So that's the more stronger part of the sort of Welsh language society, if you like. So if I get any criticism for pronunciation, it's probably come from North Wales. I can see it sort of coming in. This is mainly due to temperature change though, and you're starting to get a bit of mist on the tops now and where we've just been. So we've got down in a perfectly clear day. Goes into more of a boulder field down here, but essentially stick near the stream, and that's where the path is, although it does go quite faint. This section is definitely steep. It is a conservation path, but pretty steep, slowing people down a bit, so we've hit the end of day logjam. As we come down, yeah, you can see it's steep because you get this waterfall tumbling down the hillside. Absolutely great that. So I'll get down to the bottom and then we are going to cross over and follow that path. So it's the path coming down, and you would attempt to stay on the path and go to the visitor centre down there, but we are further down the road, so this is our path, just heading towards the Llyn. A little bit of waterfall action to finish, so I just got to get over it. Look at that, lovely. Don't think I got the best start here, but there we go. Oh, don't move, don't move. Stay where you are, rocks. Alright, so far so good. Yes! We're through. There we go, looking good. Lovely stuff. So we're just down here and then we're back at the start point. Taking quite a while to do this. We are lucky, I suppose, to get down before the sun's gone down, because although the last bit is this conservation path, really don't want to be tackling anything else that's bouldery. But as I say, time's a factor in the winter, but aside from that, it's been a good walk. I've really enjoyed it. You do need some technical skills to do this, so you need to crack those out. And if you're used to scrambling and have done it before, then it's worth having a think about this one. We have seen people on this, as I expected. Thanks for watching the video to the end. We are nearly there. It's just a bit mucky on this last bit, innit? But it doesn't matter, it's got to change your shoes in the car. This is getting us through the bog nice and cleanly.